Hi everyone, Peter here from Flow High Performance, and in this video we're going to be covering some running drills to help with our running technique at maximum velocity or maximum speed, and how we can use this to optimize our athletic performance. So the first thing to understand before we get into the actual running drills is that these are technique drills. They're not speed exercises, so they're not necessarily going to directly make us faster. However, it's going to allow us to work on our technique in an environment that is going to be easier than when we're actually running at maximum velocity speed. So that might be because they're slowed down, or because we're only isolating one specific point of the movement in the exercise. So although they're not going to directly get us faster, they're going to allow us to perform the correct technique. So then when we do our actual speed exercises, we can then optimize our speed adaptations. So these are good drills to implement at the start of speed sessions or on light days where you're not doing intensive work. And these are basically a good exercises to sort of bridge the gap between the warm-up and then the actual speed training. So you might do your general warm-up, and then before you get into your the start of your speed work, you might do a few of these technique drills if the day is on maximum velocity running. And then obviously after that you'll have your power and strength training if you have that. So the first one is basically an arm switch in an upright position, and this is simply isolating the arm movements with no leg movement, and we're working on correct driving of the arms. So what we want those arms and the elbow to drive back, while that hand drives forward up to about eye level. And we need to make sure the shoulders are relaxed and the head is staying upright and facing forward. So I'll play the video and then explain a little bit afterwards. So this exercise is basically focusing on doing that correct arm drive and making sure we're maintaining a good posture with the torso. So we can do this in basically a fashion where we have a coach or a partner call out a number, such as 1, 2, 3, and whatever that number is, that's how many drives you do. Or you could simply do it in an ascending order, so doing 1, followed by 2, followed by 3, followed by 4. Either way, we're still working on that correct arm drive, and doing longer duration, so more reps on this, is going to probably transfer better because it's going to ensure that we hold our form for prolonged periods, just like we see when we're running at maximum velocity. So the next one is called an A march, and this is essentially building on the previous one. We're basically going to continue to use our arms in the same way. This time we're also going to march, so it's simulating running but at a slower pace. So I'll play the video and then explain. So this exercise, if we have a look and slow it down or pause it at the right time, we can actually see that we're hitting the same positions as we would want to when we're at maximum velocity. So we're getting that knee driving up, we're getting those arms pumping, and we're getting that toe ideally pointed up. So the next one is called the A skip, and this is essentially, again, building on the A march. So it's exactly the same positions we're doing, but this time we have a little skip in the middle, and it's a little bit faster, so it's going to simulate actual running a little bit more. So I'll play the video and then explain. So this is exactly the same. We're trying to hit the same positions as we would in the A march or in maximum velocity running. The only difference is we're going to drive up a little bit faster. So if we can pause at the right time, we can see that the arms are driving like we were in the first video. We're getting that knee nice and high. We're keeping that that heel tucked in, and we're keeping that toe pointed up. And these are the same positions as we want to hit when we're basically running at maximum velocity. So the next progression on these exercises is the mid switch, which is essentially hitting the exact same positions as we previously did, but this time it's a little bit faster. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging, and it's going to replicate what we actually experience at running a little bit closer. So I'll play the video and then explain. So in this exercise, basically we're doing exactly the same as what we were, but this time before that leg hits the ground, the other leg has to come up. So we're actually switching in mid-air, which is why we call it the mid switch. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically, again, replicate more what we see at maximum velocity running, where the legs have to switch really fast. But we're also making sure we're maintaining all the same positions as we were. So we're getting those arms up, we're getting that knee up, keeping that toe pointed, but this time we're just striking the ground down a little bit faster. So the last one of these exercises is the cone step over, and this is where basically we're sort of continuing again from the mid switch, but this time it's a little bit more replicates running. So what's going to happen is every time we have a cone, we're going to have the athlete take a quick step over the cone, followed by a few steps, and then every time a cone is a quick step and drive. I'll play the video and then explain. So in this exercise, we need to basically hit exactly the same positions as we were. So make sure the arms are driving, we're getting that knee up, keeping that toe pointed up, and getting that nice heel recovery. So what this exercise is going to do is basically every second step, so basically each step of one limb is going to replicate running, and then you get basically a step to slow down and think what you did, and then continue on with that leg. So it's basically like running, but you basically it's half the frequency. And you do that on both legs so that you can sort of slow down the movement a little bit and focus on just that one leg and doing the right movements. So if we pause at the right time, we can see the exact same positions we want to hit. Get that knee up, and then use those arms, and then we're going to drive that leg down nice and fast and hit the ground nice and quick. Play it one more time. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something out of it. All those videos you can find on the Flow High Performance Strength and Conditioning Exercise Library on YouTube if you look under playlists. So on Facebook and on Instagram, you can follow Flow High Performance if you want to have a look at these research infographics that we post. And basically these are the latest research in sports performance training, and they're summarized into these easy to understand graphics so that you can stay up to date with the latest research in sports performance training without actually having to go into the journals yourself and read the entire article. These basically highlight the most important things from that particular article, that particular research paper, and they put it into this basically easy to understand picture format. So if you're interested in learning more, you can check those out. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you can also find some of the other videos that have been posted by clicking these videos here. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you got something out of this.